Today's topic, problems versus opportunities. Hi, I'm Doug Holt, author of Your Own Story, and this is your Daily Growth Hack, where each day we give you a tip, trick, or insight to help you uplevel what we call the 5 to Thrive. That is your mind, your body, your soul, your relationships, and of course, your business. Now here I am in my home office, and I was actually just talking to an entrepreneur, and we were talking about problems that he's seeing in his business. So he has an MBA and a very analytical mind and is a fantastic business person in most cases. Now he's seeing these problems that are coming up, problems in his marketplace, and problems that I see, frankly, as opportunities. And so what I had him do is rephrase his problems as opportunities. And I said, what would it be like if instead of you took the word out problem in this particular sentence or scenario, or as the case may be, and you actually looked at this as an opportunity for growth, an opportunity for your business. And at first it took him a little time, but I had him rewrite those sentences as they would be opportunities. And I made him be his own salesperson. So he had to sell this to himself as an opportunity. Now, going through this, we identified the 5 biggest problems in his marketplace, in his business, and then changed those into opportunities. Suddenly, you just saw a light bulb click in. And he said, Doug, in business school, they teach us how to solve problems. We go right after the problems each and every time. But what we don't learn is how to look at these like opportunities. And so at the end of our conversation, he had 5 new marketing tactics and 5 new innovations within his business. And what he told me was he hasn't had that much innovation in his company in the past decade. So right here in one phone call, just simply switching problems to opportunities. Now, of course, I had to ask him, as I'm going to ask you, well, where else in relationships, in your mind, your body, and your soul, are you identifying problems and not seeing them as opportunities? He turned to me and thought for a second, and I could see him via video, and he said, gosh, that's interesting. I've actually have problems definitely in my relationships with my kids, and I guess sometimes with my wife, if I think about it correctly. And then, oh, wow, in my body, I have these problems that I've identified where I'm not as good. He's a triathlete and not as good in these particular areas. And I asked him, well, where in those areas can you find opportunities? And he repeated this exact same exercise we did with his business, where he took those problems, wrote them out in each of his 5 to Thrive, and then after writing them out, he actually wrote them out as opportunities. Now, he had to put on his salesman's hat, right? As if he was selling this opportunity, because you have to look at that from a slightly different lens. It's easier for somebody else to see it inside of you than it is for you sometimes, because you're so stuck in the weeds, right? But by writing that as opportunities, you could actually literally see, and I'm coaching him via video, you could see light bulbs just flickering in his head and a smile come on his face, like a Cheshire cat. He was smiling at this new opportunity that he was all of a sudden seeing. He was seeing opportunities with his children, ways to connect with them that he hadn't previously thought of. He thought his relationship was dying with his children. And with his wife, what he discovered was the problems that they were having in their marriage were opportunities for him to be a better man. And by being a better man, he knew right away that was going to affect the bottom line in his business and his relationships as a whole, as well as his fitness. See, it all correlates. Your 5 to Thrive were carefully selected, right? We narrowed it down to 5 because it's a holistic representation of you and your life and your path to being an author of your own story. Now, when you have these problems and these problems arise, and I use the word problem often, and language does matter, and I'm a big fan of that. But when you do have actual problems, things that you're trying to go through, you're pulling your hair out, trying to figure that out, look at these as opportunities. Look at these as ways to sell yourself. In the marketplace, when I used to be a gym owner, what I looked at is problems with group fitness coming into our market share, problems that other gym owners, other personal training studios were complaining about and going out of business. I looked at these as opportunities, market opportunities for me to capitalize on. And by doing that, I was able to grow my business further than I ever thought I would be able to. Now, that was a long time ago. I do this with my marketing agencies, with businesses that I consult with my coaching clients. I look at the problems that we face as opportunities for growth at the very least, right? But what other opportunities can you find within your 5 to Thrive? So, of course, what I want you to do is what I always want you to do. I want you to write down your 5 to Thrive and look at each of those categories, problems that you had. What have you been complaining about in your mind, in your body? What are problems that you're facing? Now look at these as opportunities. What can you find? What are the diamonds in the rough, the nuggets that you can pull out of that? Now, obviously, my coaching clients are all business owners, so it's easy for me to directly go right to business. They're very logical people and go right there. So if you're one of those people, list your top 5 problems in your business right now, 5 problems in your marketplace, 5 things that you're facing. Maybe it's employees, maybe it's HR, maybe it's marketing, maybe it's sales, maybe it's development, maybe it's innovation. I'm not sure. What are your 5 top problems you're facing? Now, how can you turn those problems into opportunities? Opportunities for growth, opportunities for development, opportunities for innovation. Where can you find these within your problems and turn them into opportunities, which then turns them into possibilities, and that just gives you that expansion. That allows you to write a new chapter in your life in each category so you can become the author of your own story. As always, I want you to go over to authorofyourownstory.com, get on our newsletter. That's a no-brainer. If you're not on that, you're missing out. You're missing out on inside tips, tricks, and techniques right to your inbox each and every day, along with these daily growth hacks. And also, if you like growth, if you enjoy the opportunity in growth, go over to authorofyourownstory.com and get on the wait list for the university. We're reopening it up in February for new members. This is where I take the culmination of all the knowledge that I've learned in the past that I'm continuing to learn, the courses, the coaches, and I'm boiling this down to a systematic process just for you. This way, you don't have to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on coaches and courses. Now, you can get it right here in a university setting where we actually go over, just like this, where we're talking about these subject matters, but on a deeper level. These conversations no longer become 5-minute conversations, they become 20 to 50-minute conversations where we can deep dive, we give you homework, worksheets. It is the best program that I could possibly come up with, and I think you're really gonna like it. I would go over there right now and get on that wait list. And if you've been on the wait list in the past and you weren't able to get in, let us know. You have to re-sign up, I'm sorry, but you have to re-get on that wait list for this session. Also, always know, you can always go out and inspire someone else simply by being the author of your own story. I can't tell you how many emails and messages I get from you listening to this that are on your own path. You're forging your own way in your life, and I'm so proud of you. And how many people you are inspiring as they look at you going towards the author of your own story lifestyle. I'm so proud of you. Keep it up. Keep inspiring people. This is how we change the world. That's it for me today. I'll see you tomorrow. Have an amazing day. I hope you enjoyed today's Daily Growth Hacks. Please put your comments right down below and remember to click subscribe. This way we can ensure that we're delivering these daily growth hacks right to you each and every day. On behalf of the whole team here, remember, go out and be the author of your own story.